Hi, this is Jonathan. Today I would like to feature my old Japanese Strat. Back in the days when I was playing in bands in the mid 80s, I didn't have much money, so I couldn't afford like American-made guitars back then. The Gibsons and the Les Paul Stratocasters, the American-made ones, and the Tele were way out of my budget. So I had to settle for cheaper guitars like Ibanez, Japanese-made guitars. And I procured two Japanese-made Fender, a Tele and a Stratocaster. The Tele was a old, these are both from the Contemporary series, 1985. And they all both came with the Kahler locking system, the Kahler Tremolo locking system. The Tele has a ebony neck, beautiful guitar, white, I believe it's white basswood body, and an ebony neck with the tremolo system, the Kahler tremolo system, and of course this Strat, this Japanese Strat that came in at the time with the Kahler system. It was with me. The Strat it has been with me a whole bunch of gigs that I was playing it back then. A couple of years, it's just been with me for almost about 5 years. And this was my main guitar for most of the shows, or rather for most of the gigs that I was playing with my band. And in the 90s, back in 1990, I decided to give up playing the clubs, and because I was married and I wanted to start a family, so the nightlife is not healthy for a family. So I gave that all up and I went into studio work. I became a studio engineer and I started arranging at home. And this guitar was used also for guitar sessions. I changed up a couple of pickups. I changed to an EMG, the earlier version. I forgot which model of EMGs that I installed, and I was using it for a couple of sessions. But then later I revamped this guitar and made it into a MIDI guitar. So I had a Roland GK system installed with just a stick-on controller here and a sort of a MIDI pickup or a piezo pickup, that would trigger the guitar synthesizer. And was playing pads and saxophones and stuff a bit. But that kind of stopped when I started programming with my keyboard, which I found to be easier and faster. So I kind of like left it in the studio for the longest time, and it was like gathering up cobwebs and dust, and it became so unsightly that I put it under my bed, in my storage area under my bed. And it's been under my bed for a couple of years until I picked it up back in 2010, 2011, and decided to have a makeover done on this guitar. So the first thing I did was to look at it and see whether it's viable. The pickup, the guitar was really bashed up by then. It's been through a whole lot with me. It dropped from the stage, dropped from its stand at least about 5 times. At one time, it came off from the stand and rolled down the steps because one roadie came by and he was rushing. I don't know why he was rushing, and he would trip over the wire that was attached to this guitar, the input jack, and the story. The guitar flew and went down the stairs. And of course, there is a whole lot of wear because of the night gigs that I was playing. I was wearing belts and stuff like that. But the guitar was usable, and the neck wasn't damaged. The fretboard wasn't damaged, although there are a couple of knocks and nicks on the back of the neck. But the fretboard wasn't damaged. The body remains, it remains intact. There's not much big damages there. And this is the outer body with a maple neck and a rosewood. These are the real rosewood fretboard, which you can find nowadays. So we kind of like, me and my Luthier friends, we decided. Well, I decided to have a jumbo frets installed. A couple of pickups. Those were like stacks. I forgot the name of these pickups. And had it installed in this guitar. And took out the Kaler system, the locking nut, as well as the whole Tremolo system, replaced it with a Wilkinson bridge, and we were good to go. The funny thing is that after I did all that, I wasn't happy with the sound I was getting, because the pickups, I didn't really like the pickups, So I took that out and installed a EMG Vinskill set. But with the option of having the Spc control. So I had the Spc control installed, and I had it done on the last tone switch so that I can kind of vary the amount of effect. The Spc control basically is a mid-range as well as gain boost. It's only recently, about a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, or 1 month or 2 months, I changed the tuners to the Goto locking tuners. And this sort of modification that I need to do for this guitar. I love the Wilkinson bridge because it plays so well. It responds so well to my playing style. The jumbo frets are still intact after all these years. I don't know what. I think maybe these are stainless steel. I've installed this like really long time ago, and it still shows no sign of wear. Incredible. And I love this neck. I had it shaved down. Well, not really shaved down. I took off some of the varnish. So here's the inside of this old Fender Japan Contemporary Series Stratocaster. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, please go ahead. Press that bell if you want to be informed of future videos that I come up with. So in the meantime, you guys take care of yourself. Ciao.